Hi everyone, I just want to remind everyone that this topic can be kind of triggering for some. Second of all, this was a requested video, so if you guys have any more requests or suggestions, leave them in the comments. Third of all, it was a suggestion, but I also got a little inspired from one of my favorite readers, my favorite tarot readers, so I'm going to link her video down below. It's Snow City Tarot. And then lastly, everybody needs to remember your self-worth, because your self-worth isn't tied up to another person. So if this person ain't for you, that's all good. You deserve what you want and what you need. So just pick your pile. We have number one, and this is the Santa Muerte tarot deck. This is the Golden Art Nouveau tarot, and then this is the Crystal Visions Tarot, because people are always asking me. And then Oracle decks, I'm going to use the Enchanted Oracle cards by Colette Barn Reed, and then the other Oracle cards that are the Shamanic Healing. I always forget. Sorry, it's not going to be shaky the rest of the video. Sorry for this long ass intro. Let's just get into it, guys. We have lapis lazuli, we have calcite, and pink tourmaline. Whoa, 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 whoa. Your pile is a lot. It's pretty deep. It's pretty heavy. Remember that if it doesn't resonate with you, this isn't the reading for you. This isn't the pile for you. Check another pile, check another reading, check another reader. So it's a lot to get into. It's pretty heavy, so I'm just kind of centering myself. Again, if you missed the beginning, this could be quite triggering for some of you guys. So if it's too hard to listen, ask yourself why, and maybe it's a good idea to stop the video and come back to it if you feel necessary. But we're gonna start here. This pile has me a little tired. I feel like maybe you're kind of tired of dealing with the situation. Goblins. I do kind of sense that this could be an ex or someone kind of in the past, or someone with history, more than like someone you're crushing on who has another person. I think this person obviously does have another person. I think it's someone new. But goblins I asked for an oracle card to kind of get the truth of the situation, and the truth is that I think there's issues of self-worth and self-esteem and self-confidence that kind of keeps you thinking about this, or keeps you worried about this, or keeps you giving a fuck, because I don't think you should give a fuck. I'm sorry, that was kind of harsh, but that's kind of how it wanted to come out. It's reminding you that like you are your own shadow, meaning you're the one dampering your spirits by looking at them on social media, by thinking about them, by self-sabotaging yourself into like not reaching your goals because you get sad because of something about this. You have to release the resentment you feel towards this person. If you feel kind of like, and this is very relatable, if you're kind of feeling like, why do they get to be happy and why am I single? Why aren't I happy like them? And someone told me that just because someone has someone doesn't mean that they're doing better than you or that they're happier than you. So if that helps you feel better, I hope it does, because this person has this person, and it's not all that glitters isn't gold, right? And this is all new, and the person that you're asking about is flawed and has a lot of issues, and they're kind of, I think that in this case they're kind of slapping a band-aid on it by pursuing this with this other person. So this also talks about asking whatever you believe in, spirit, God, the universe, to kind of help you heal and kind of help you move on from this person and the situation, because let's get into it. So that's kind of what I'm sensing is the overall energy. If that doesn't resonate with you, then this might not be the pile for you. But how they think about you. So they think that you are kind of judgmental, and you kind of have like a high standard, and you kind of you kind of put high expectations on people, and you can be kind of mean. But the reality is that if you have really high expectations, it's only because you also have very much higher expectations for yourself. That's just the kind of person you are. You could be a type A personality, and that's okay, or a mix, not to label you. And they think that you guys just didn't work because you guys just didn't make a good team. I think that in a time before, which also is this message is repeated, you guys had like a spark, a fire, a passion towards each other, and it kind of at the beginning was fun, and it maybe made good sex. You guys could have had really bad fights, really big highs and lows. This could have been quite toxic, and it was, it felt passionate once, and then it just kind of turned into bickering and hate, and like it stopped losing it. It lost that positive connotation of sex afterwards. I think that one of you guys got really sick of it, of the up and down, up and down. You could be an earth sign. You don't have to be, or you can have strong earth in your chart. I think that this person could be a water sign. Doesn't have to be, honestly. All the signs are represented here, but it's just kind of a sense of what I'm getting. Ignore that if it doesn't resonate. But then I think that they also thought that they think that you like to bicker, or you guys bickered a lot. And then how they think about them, they kind of feel like they deserve this person, good or bad, and I think it's good. Like they think that right now they're thinking like, yes, this is what I deserve. This is what I get for dealing with life, or this is it's just what I deserve. It's my karma. It's my fate. That's how they're saying it, that this person came into their lives. And then they also think that the person is very fair, and also maybe the person was wronged as well. So they're kind of they think that this person is kind of balancing them out, kind of in a sense their other half, but not that deep. Although it does get kind of deeper right now. That's how they think of them. But down the line we'll talk about how they feel and stuff like that. But with the Five of Cups, they think that this person sees the negative side a lot. So there could be even a fourth party involved, and maybe your person's person is kind of stuck on thinking about their exes or their past relationships, or just kind of looking at the past, or looking at negative situations and focusing on them. And when all your person wants them to do is focus on them and their new relationship and their new situation or whatever, or they just want them to be like as happy as they are. They're in bliss right now. This is their situation is bliss. But bliss doesn't last, and bliss isn't always real. And then how your person feels about you. Like again, it's just a lot of, they feel like you have these crazy high demands, and you're intrusive, and you can kind of like, they feel like you would make them do stuff, or and it could be just things that you thought that maybe they needed or they could improve on, and they just felt it as like you were just on top of them, like do this, be this, learn, act like this. Like they just felt like you were trying to maybe control them, is how they felt, or you were too demanding, selfish. Like maybe there was just a selfish quality to you while you guys were together, or that's how they feel about you. And here's the thing, that's one side of the coin, right? When it was all happy and roses, they felt they admired you for having this go-getting attitude. They admired you for being ambitious, right? And so like right now, because they're, whatever their situation is, I'm rolling my eyes because this, whatever they got going on is whatever, but with this other person, but they're feeling like, all those good qualities about you are now sour. Oh, they were too demanding. Oh, they wanted too much, right? So they're just looking at you as like the issue, right? You're the issue. You're what was wrong with this connection, this relationship, and now they found someone new and someone better, and they're not gonna have issues with them. Everything's gonna be great because that's the way life works, right? Just slap a band-aid on your ginormous fucking. They basically don't. They a shark tore their arm off, and they're choosing to put. I mean, sorry if that happened to anybody, but they're choosing to put a little tiny band-aid on that big old wound, and that is their life. And so you are the problem, you are the issue, and they're gonna be just great and better off without you. And you know what, I think you're gonna be better off without them, and you know what, if they're better off without you, then great. Okay, I'm getting like this bitter energy coming off of you, so I think you're kind of upset that like I said earlier, you're just upset that you feel like, where's your love, where's your connection? Meanwhile, this person, your tumultuous relationship, now they get to move on after having that tumultuous relationship with you, and I think you're kind of feeling that way. I think we'll get into what you should do about it, and then how they feel about the new person, about their current person. No, I didn't finish, sorry. They also, because your person is a psycho, it's just that's how I feel. Since your person is a psycho, they also feel like you are divine and you're spiritual and you're intuitive and you're a goddess, and when they're not demonizing you and victimizing themselves, they kind of remember that about you, that there was something really special about you, and they feel like you always like just knew things without knowing, and it kind of was like, oh, you're a bruja, you're a witch, like you're a wizard, Harry. They just felt like you were kind of a wizard, and you knew things, and they were always like, whoa, like, how do you know this? And I'm speaking in the past tense because I do feel like this is an ex. If that doesn't resonate, I don't know what to tell you. But how they feel about their person, their new person, them, the other person, is that they are really invested right now in this person. They have patience. They feel like they could have long-term growth with this person. They feel like this person is someone that they could, possibly have a family with. So they're feeling commitment and very serious. Sorry if you hear my kitty in the back. But here's what I'm going to say, though. They're also feeling kind of stubborn, and I feel like if there's issues, or when issues arise, because this is all new, whenever issues come into the picture, your person is going to be just, and I say your person because it's hard to talk about three people without any names or genders, but they're going to be kind of in denial about, sorry, my cat. In denial about the issues, the lack of growth that's going on between them, the lack of stability maybe. They've got issues, and they will arise, and your person's going to be stubborn about it, and your person is already stubborn about it. Like, they're choosing to ignore red flags, or they're choosing to just gloss over slight, like, things that make them pause. And they're just like in denial about the reality of the situation, about how you're not the villain, about how this person isn't their savior, about how they need some fucking time to heal themselves before this person needs therapy. We all do, but this person is just, I'm mad. Okay, let's move on. Intentions. So let's talk about what's the frustrating part. I think it's because I can relate. That has me so worked up, or this person has you worked up this way. Let me know in the comments. But their intentions, their sort of course of action that they Felipe, stop it. Their course of action that they the course of action that they want to take with you is nothing. They don't want to make anything happen. They don't want to do anything. Meaning they don't want to they don't want to have a continued connection at this time, or basically they're just not going to do anything, right? They're not going to they have no intentions. However, action wise, they have no intention, like, right, they're not going to reach out, or they might reach out, or they might call, but I'm so sorry, my cat. Okay, so sorry. So when I say that they don't have any intentions of making anything happen, just like in general, like the movement and the connection, just no intentions there, except for to manipulate, except to act cold, act, be judgmental towards you, like, oh, they don't want to see me happy, just very like, ugh, they just want to turn their nose up at you and just think negatively about you, and just, ugh, my ex was so this and so that. My ex was trash. That's kind of how they're kind of feeling, and how their intentions are to just continue this thought process, and possibly, tell their new person, yeah, my ex was the problem. They were this and that and this and that, and I was just trying to love them, and I was the victim. And mean. I think that if you guys were to talk, if you guys are still talking, if you guys talk from time to time, I think they just want to be mean to you. They just want to hurt your feelings and rub your face in the fact that they're happily in love and bliss, right? Gag me. And then I want to hurry this up because I'm feeling things about this pile. I am sorry that you had to deal with this type of person. With their new person is that they want to give love and be loving and live in bliss and be partners and be soulmates, right? Those are their intentions, to be a soulmate with this person, or to grow their soulmate connection. We have many soulmates. You guys could have been soulmates too, but they want to grow this connection and be with this person and be each other's halves. And they want to emotionally support this person and give them love and attention and all that cute stuff. But you know what else they also want to fucking do? They want to manipulate this person. They want to emotionally manipulate this person. So if they ever emotionally manipulated you, where they made you feel like you had to be in charge of their emotions, or made you responsible for their trauma, they want to do that all over to this person. So, I mean, poor person. I feel for, the other person to a certain extent, unless they cheated and she knew you existed, or he knew you existed, then you know what? You get what you get. Unless it's like a really bad situation. I don't deserve, don't wish that on anyone. But point is that they just want to continue the cycle. They don't want to stop their real true behaviors. They have good intentions somewhat towards this person, where they do want to love them and be good to them, but they just have this side of them that is, withholding on purpose of information or love, or punishing. It's quite abusive, and it could be abusive in many ways, and this person doesn't have any intentions of changing. But let's see, what should you do? What is your course of action? What is some advice that we can get from you? Well, for you, retreat. I think you have to go in within yourself, for one, to kind of heal and let go of this trauma and this hurt, and to quite literally retreat from this situation, retreat from this person. If you can, block them. If you can't, just don't reply to their messages, or be short with them if you have to. But if you don't have any obligation towards them, I definitely cut them the fuck out of your life, because this is not a good person to have around. Let them be in bliss with their new person, and move the heck on. So we have inner earth. You'll survive this. new solutions, and new beginnings. So you're going to survive this heartache and this loss, because you lost someone, I'm sure. But you're going to survive it. You're going to find new ways to be happy, and you're going to find new beginnings with other people, with someone else. Someone is going to come for you. But in the meantime, I recommend you heal. Pile number 1, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you guys on the next video. Hi, pile number 2. So I just want to get in here and kind of tell you guys before I do the reading that the energies could be reversed. So when I, kind of take it as it resonates, this pile is about a couple being committed and there's another person involved. You could be the other person involved, or you can be the committed person kind of wondering what your partner's doing, what your partner's up to. I didn't realize it until I got to the end. This reading is very complicated, that it could be, the energies could be reversed. So, put yourself, when I speak about the other person, that's how they feel about you. If you are the one in the committed situation, then that is how they feel about you. Just kind of, I hope that makes sense. Sorry about that, and thank you for watching. Hello, pile number 2. So laying these out and trying to read them before I turned on the camera was quite the journey. I kind of didn't really understand till quite literally we got to the end. So I will start off by saying, this situation feels like you guys are together, or for sure have been together, and you are kind of asking about another person that you're kind of worried about. I think there's like someone that, those memes of that once you guys break up, they're with the person that he told you not to worry about. I think this is your situation. And for many of you guys before the breakup, I kind of feel like you're not the other person, you're not the other woman, you're not the other man. I think that you feel like they might have another person, and you're kind of wanting to know what's going on with that. But if your person has someone that they are maybe married to, I would definitely keep watching. Just feel it out. It's very, it's for a lot of people watching, so it's going to vary from person to person. So let's just get into it. I'm just like, oh. So how they think about you, they think you are like insanely strong. They do find you quite beautiful, and I think you make them feel calm. I think the way they think about you is they think of you as this beauty, this courageous person that's very strong, and they're very happy that they met you. I think you helped them grow. There's something about you that you really helped them. They also think that you are compassionate, that your heart is always open, you're emotionally stable, you're kind, you're forgiving. I think you nurture this person emotionally so much, and they realize it, and they're thankful and they're grateful for the emotional nourishment, the fact that you maybe take care of them in some way. They see you as a caregiver almost. I wanted to pull a card out for the overall situation, overall theme, what's going on. I think that you guys are growing apart. You guys are disconnecting. I think where once you guys were so in sync, so together, so on the same page, you are no longer that. And I think it's because of this other person. I quite literally think that this other person drove a wedge between you guys, or is driving a wedge between you guys. And I don't know if there's cheating going on here. We'll get into that. But, someone is coming between your connection. And I really get the sense that you're quite hurt by it. I think you kind of want to stay in the dark about it. I think you kind of want to ignore and pretend that it's not happening. But yeah. How they think about the other person is that they kind of think they're a bad boy, bad girl, bad bitch. Like they kind of admire this like kind of toughness or kind of like player energy that this person has. Your person lusts after this other person and finds them quite sexually appealing. I think that's a big part of it, is that there's a lot of sexual energy here, a lot of lust from your person towards the other person, and but also a little bit of possessiveness, or a little bit of, I don't even think it's sweet. I don't think it's sweet. I don't think it's protective and loving, and it's kind of like your person wants to own the other person, and this could be just sexually, or this could be, wants to like lock them down, wants them to make a commit, wants to take them off the market, wants to, because if the other person is the other person's basically single, because, during their fights, the person might tell them, well, you have a husband or wife, you have a spouse, you have a girlfriend, you have a boyfriend, you have a fiance. I'm single. And your person wants to like fight that and be like, no, you're mine. And the person comes back with like, well, you're not single, right? You're not available for the kind of commitment that you want, and that angers your person. And then how they feel about you. I think that at one point you guys were the Lovers card. You guys were in love and very much connected and very much together, and all the things that your person is feeling with someone else, you guys used to feel that way together. But it's breaking. I think that your person is tempted. I don't know if your person has cheated. I don't know if your person has slept with the other person, or it could be vice versa. I don't know if you're the other person, and I don't know if you guys have cheated yet, but your person is tempted by the other person so much, and I think that's kind of what broke you guys apart, is this temptation that came to be, and your person was led astray kind of easily. Someone said, and this kind of stuck with me, and this was recently, someone said you can't break a happy home. Like that, home wreckers aren't really home wreckers because you can't wreck a happy home. And I don't know if that's true, because people are not perfect. And what if, your connection was good and fine and happy, but your person was just tempted? I don't know. It's a very like, I don't know. It gets me stuck. Like, well, maybe that, I don't know. My brain goes off and on about it. I'm sorry. They also feel like just imbalanced, and like the connection isn't what it used to be, misaligned. That there's like, they also, once this person came into the picture, or recently, or for however long, they just feel like there are fundamental differences that makes it so you guys can't work. And maybe at one point they thought that you guys could work, but they no longer feel that way. They don't think you guys work. They don't think you guys make a good team. And then he feels just kind of critical towards you, and judgmental, and superior, and condescending, and he just kind of, or she kind of feels like they're better, and they kind of look their nose down at you, like, for some reason. Maybe it's job related, maybe it's health related. I don't know what the situation is there, but they kind of look down at you like, ugh, you peasant, which is quite weird, but that's kind of how they feel, like you're less than them in some way. And this person isn't. This person is their sun. This person is their light, their laughter, their passion. Like, they feel all these things for this person. They love to be around them. They make them alive and feel happy and filled with glee and joy, and they have a really playful connection. It's very flirty, or they just have a good time. They do fun things together. They just feel like lighthearted, and like a burden is lifted when they're around this person. So that's why I don't know if this is a friend that you kind of worry about, that you kind of like see their connection and you're like, whoa. And I don't know if this, for some of you guys, I don't know if they've slept together yet, but I do get the sense that there's a lot of sexual tension and a lot of like want there. I don't know if your person's actually gonna do it or if they have. And then we have we have the intentions pile here. And so what do they plan to do, or what are their intentions with you is nothing right now. They're not going to break up with you. They're not going to let you know what's going on with them. They're uninspired, and they're not going to say anything, but they're also unsure. They're indecisive. They don't really know if like they should tell you and break up with you and leave you, and leave your connection. They don't know if they should stay, try to work it out with you. They don't know, but that's not true. Their intention is, they were feeling that way. They were feeling like they didn't know what to do. They were feeling like this connection was so strong that they wanted to be with this person so bad. I wonder, okay. I wonder if, I think for some of you guys, it's reversed. I think for some of you guys, you're the one that they want. And I think for others of you, this pile's hard. I think that it's 50-50 on switching it. So, if you watch this far, I think it's because you resonated with it somehow, and it could be reversed. I'm so sorry. I got a little scattered, but they were thinking for the longest time about what they should do. They were unsure if they should go forward, if they should, pull back, who they should be with. But they finally got that mental clarity, and they're gonna stay with whoever they have that commitment with. They're not gonna tell them that they had thoughts. They're not gonna tell you that, whatever the case is, they're not gonna express it. They're just gonna pretend it was never there. If they cheated, they're gonna pretend they never cheated, and they're just gonna go about their business. With this other person or with you, they're gonna try to avoid the conflict. They're not gonna, they don't want to have a big explosive fight. They don't want you to tell their partner if their partner doesn't know. They're gonna try to compromise and be like, hey, we both made a mistake. Like, you don't want to hurt my family. You don't want to hurt this, that, a little manipulation going on to kind of call a truce there. And they're going to walk away from the person. They've been stuck and unsure of what they should do, but they decided that they are going to stay with the person they committed to, and they're going to walk away from this person who makes them feel happy and love and all these things. Pile number 2, I'm so sorry that it was scattered everywhere, but I have an oracle card, and I have 2 more for you. The first one is truth. So I think in your heart you know what is true. If you are wondering if your person is cheating on you, they for sure have at least emotionally cheated. So be aware of that. If you are the other person, just be aware that it's a possibility that they're not going to leave the other person. And if they're stringing you along and it's been a while, and this person still hasn't fessed up or committed to you, then I think you know what to do, and the truth. Listen to the truth. And then we have the golden children: inner child tenderness, innocence, rare gift. So you are a golden child. Listen to your inner child. Be tender to yourself. Remember your innocence. You don't want a part of this. Either, whatever way you're looking at it, you don't want a part of, and it's hard if, your connection has been, there for a long time, but it's okay to walk away. It's okay to take time. Remember your gifts. Pile number 2. I'm so sorry. This was scattered. I'm so sorry. I hope this resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if it did. Hello, pile number 3. If you pick the pink tourmaline, this reading is for you. So, just to kind of give you some background on if this is going to resonate with you, kind of like what's, because these third party situation readings, I'm going to check on this card because it's in reverse and I just want to double check its meaning. Yeah, so you're reading these pick a card readings can be kind of specific, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, as well as trying to pick another pile if this just doesn't resonate with too much. This reading really ties in. So all 3 of these were pretty specific to what's going on with people. So this reading is about, I think, someone that you kind of put on a pedestal, someone that maybe you didn't fully form a deep connection. I think that it might have felt pretty deep for you, but I'm not sure if they felt that same way, as well as it being a little bit one-sided and not being fulfilling. And I think that you had loyalty towards this person and they, in turn didn't have any loyalty towards you. And that's why we find ourselves in a third party reading situation. This reading is also going to talk a lot about, illusions and figuring out if you were trying to change yourself for another person in an unhealthy way, if you thought this person was going to provide you a safety that you desperately wanted, and I think this whole connection has been a little bit imbalanced the whole time, where you can give material items, or you gave time, or you gave effort, or it was always you reaching out, always you kind of forcing the connection, and you kind of being so enamored with the way this person looked, or the the qualities that this person had, but so much so that you kind of warped them into this being instead of a flawed human. I think that's kind of where we're at. So we're gonna get started with how they feel. How they think about you. So when they think about you, I think that they think that this connection is depleted. It's run its course. There's a lack of progress. They're just like, the connection isn't getting any deeper. It isn't getting any real. It's not getting real. And I think the reason being is because you were into this person. You could have been friends with benefits. There was a connection of sorts. And they found a significant other that they committed to. And I think that really hurt you. And for those reasons, you decided maybe to stay friends, or maybe you guys still are friends on social media or something like that. But the connection hasn't moved forward because of that, because this person is not committed. And so, what are you supposed to do? So this person, I don't know if they realize that, but that's kind of why the connection to them feels depleted, and having a lack of moving forward, and a lack of just a lack. They also kind of feel anxiety, and I think that they might also kind of think that you're anxious, or there's a little bit of anxiety that comes here, because it's a little like you guys don't know, then where do you stand, right? Because this person is now committed with someone, so now what about you guys? And I think they kind of, we'll get into their intentions, but I think they kind of struggle to completely cut you off, because I do think that there's something about you. I think they find you quite, when they think about you, they do still kind of daydream just a little bit about you. But there's something, this connection just makes both of you guys feel unrest, and makes you think, anxiety. There's just anxiety. It's so hard to like express. And I think that's kind of maybe your guys' connection is this like, it's kind of hard for you guys to express your feelings and express, just the communication is blocked. I think that there's sometimes a little bit of misunderstandings. You guys aren't on the same page. And I think it's because of lack of being able to speak freely. And this could have been throughout the whole connection. Maybe it was what was missing and why you guys didn't come together the way you wanted to. How they think about them is they think that they're balanced, and they try to prioritize and they try to balance this person in their life. And you know, when they first wake up, that's who they think about, is this person. So if the first thing you do when you wake up is think about who you're asking about, you better stop, because you're not the first person they think about. And they're just mindful to include them throughout their day. Like if they don't see them, they're always sure to send them a text message and let them know that they're thinking about them, or call them. Yeah, they like just make sure to take time from out of their day to check in on their person. And I don't think they do that with you, so yeah. But they're unsure and they're a little scared. There's a lot of back and forth throughout the reading on your person and their person. I don't know why this pile is kind of sad. I think it's because you had like high hopes and they were crushed, and I think I'm crushing them a little bit more right now. But you're here for a reason, and you probably need to hear this, so I'm just gonna keep going. But I am sorry. It's tough love. Throughout the whole reading, they kind of have like a back and forth within themselves of, you know, should I, of, you know, them like being scared and them feeling a lot, and just back and forth between, you know, inside them about this other person. Like they're scared to make a big decision for your person, for some of your persons. It's hard to like, the terminology I'm using, talking about 3 people. So the person you're thinking about, they're having a hard time making a big decision. It could be for some of them moving in, like the next step, maybe full commitment, maybe asking them to be their, you know, partner. They're moving in, maybe asking them to get a dog. A next big step. They're unsure and they're fearful of it. And that's what they think about the other person. And then what they feel towards you is kind of like impatient with you. I think that there's something about you that just like frustrates them, and I think it's because you guys could be kind of different. And maybe, you know, you're an anxious person and you kind of like have a hard time expressing your emotions or your feelings, or you kind of hide who you are at times. And that kind of like makes them impatient, and they feel impatient towards you, and kind of also reckless with your emotions and your feelings. Like, to be honest, they just don't care. They don't consider you. They didn't consider you when whatever your guys' deal was. They didn't consider you when they asked out this person, when they asked them out on a date, when they asked all of that, or when they said yes to the date, however it resonates. They didn't think about you at all. You didn't cross their mind, right? You were not a deciding factor. They have no loyalty towards you. They don't give a fuck. And they don't, I'm not sure this is what they do, but they kind of aren't about sugarcoating, and they don't feel like bullshitting you. Like, I think that when you kind of found out about this person, they weren't hiding them. They weren't, acting like it was some big secret. They were just like one day you might have just found out through social media because they weren't hiding it, or they might have just told you like, hey, guess I have a partner now, kind of thing. So how do they feel about you? They don't care about you, to be honest. We kind of get more into it, but you're just kind of an ego boost for them. You're just kind of someone to feed their need for attention, someone to kind of, you might be giving this person something if you're giving this person sex while they're with someone else, I would advise you to stop and put yourself first and think about yourself and how you feel afterwards, because I don't know if that feels good, feeling maybe used. So, but for, I think, a majority of you guys aren't sleeping with this person. And but there's something that you give this person. I don't know what it is, and it's probably different for everybody, but they enjoy that, and that's really all they think about is, that. How they feel about their person. They feel like they will move mountains to be with their person. They feel motivated and inspired and in love and victorious, and they kind of feel like they won a prize with this other person. They put them on a pedestal, and they're just happy that they found them and that they have someone kind of worth fighting for, and they just want to keep coming towards that person, and they just feel like they'd do anything for them. They're so committed to them. But again, they have a little bit of like self-doubt and a little self-sabotage that they're kind of scared that it's a codependent situation, that they're codependent towards this person, that they're not going to be able to be without this person, and that kind of scares them. That they're feeling so attached to this person and so in love. It's great for them. But I don't know about for you. They also kind of, there's a little bit of like clinginess that could be from one of them that kind of scares them. Clinginess, and they also can kind of sometimes feel like they're kind of materialistic, their person, like maybe they want all these things, and your person's just kind of like wants the easy lifestyle, and the other person wants like things, and your person's kind of hesitant about that. So their intentions, they want to become a little more aware of what's going on between you guys, aware of your intentions, but they mostly just, their intention is to kind of break free and break away from this connection, because I think there's a draw of you guys, like, of them maybe not being able to fully let go, right, of walking away, of completely cutting the connection, but they want to. That is an intention of them breaking free and, going their own way. Kind of there's something about your energy that kind of feels maybe addictive, or that feels like they're tied to you, and there's something there that they like are scared to just cut the cord, and it could be quite selfishly for most of you guys. It's just that, like, you give them something, you give them attention, you give them affection, you give them adoration. Like I said, you put this person on a pedestal, you think all these like amazing things about them, and I think you've told them how you feel and how you think about them, and they just love that. They love that ego boost that someone could feel that way about them, and so they're like, well, I'm thirsty, I need some attention, I want to be on a pedestal. And their other intention, though, is to just keep living their life, to just being the best them that they could be, just still with your attention, maybe from far away. Maybe they just want to stay friends on social media because they want to break free, but maybe they want to stay friends on social media so you could just look at their stuff and admire how great their life is. Love that. I'm feeling kind of sarcastic and like, ugh, so I wonder if you feel that way towards them. And then how their intentions towards their person, well, they're gonna keep their connection going strong. They're gonna keep their connection fun. They're not gonna let it get stale or old. They're gonna, they want to think of new things for them to do. They want to go and have fun with them and do trips and all these things that, you wanted to do with them. They're planning and hoping to do that with the other person, and fucking ouch, that hurts. But yeah, they're just gonna keep it moving with their person. Go on to the next step, just take things as they are, keep their connection loving and strong and calm, and wear the storms of weather the storms, when they're just gonna hunker down and keep the connection strong even when there's tumultuous times, or when things aren't going perfect. They're still gonna want to try to stay and fight for the connection. We have here kind of a advice card for you. It's stripping illusions. So I think you kind of have to see the reality, and the reality is that your person is happy with this other person. Your person wants to be with this other person. Your person has no intention of leaving this other person. They want to make a happy life with this other person. So I think you gotta dip out. We're gonna look at these oracle cards to kind of leave you with something happy, because I feel like this is kind of like sad. But it's not, because you know what? Maybe it's what you needed to hear to move on. Because, like, fuck this person, whatever. Block them. If they're making you feel some type of way, if you're seeing them with the other person, like on social media, all happy and lovey-dovey, fucking block them. We don't need to see that shit. So, we have water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. So I think that this is kind of what is like the universe is recommending to you, is to kind of like take care of yourself, nourish yourself with the right food, take care of your body, maybe do some stretching, some yoga, some working out, be tender to yourself, be kind, because this person isn't being very kind and considerate, and they don't give a fuck. So you need to give a fuck about yourself and just rest up and take time for yourself and meditate and do all the things that make you feel good and make your body feel good. Eat healthy if that's something that you've been struggling with lately. Spend time with your pets if you have them. Pile number 3. I'm so sorry your reading was sad, but this is a topic that isn't, usually don't have happy endings. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.